There's one mistake I see husbands make over and over that damages their marriages more than anything else. And the crazy part? They have no idea they're doing it. They think they're being helpful. Let me tell you what it is and how to stop doing it before it creates permanent distance between you and your wife. The biggest mistake husbands make is this. They try to fix their wife's feelings instead of just being with her feelings. Let me break down what that actually means because this probably sounds confusing. Your wife comes to you upset about something. Maybe something happened at work. Maybe she's frustrated with a friend. Maybe she's just having a hard day. Whatever it is, she's feeling something, and she's sharing it with you. And your immediate response is to make those feelings go away. You jump to solutions. You offer perspective. You explain why she shouldn't feel that way. You try to logic her out of the emotion. You think you're helping. But here's what's actually happening. You're telling her that her feelings are a problem that needs to be solved. And that makes her feel worse, not better. Think about it from her side. She comes to you with something that's bothering her. She's being vulnerable. She's trusting you with how she feels. Your response is essentially, let me fix that for you so you stop feeling this way. What she hears is, your feelings are inconvenient. Let me make them go away. Even though that's not what you mean at all. You mean, I love you and I don't want you to hurt. But the impact is still the same. She feels like her emotions aren't welcome. Here's what makes this mistake so damaging. When you consistently respond to her feelings by trying to fix them, she learns not to share with you anymore. Because why would she? Every time she's vulnerable, you treat it like a problem to solve instead of an experience to acknowledge. So she stops telling you how she feels. She stops sharing what's bothering her. And the emotional intimacy in your marriage slowly dies because you accidentally taught her that her feelings aren't safe with you. Now here's the part that drives men crazy. You weren't trying to hurt her. You were genuinely trying to help. You saw she was upset and you wanted to make it better. But making feelings go away isn't the same as making things better. So what should you do instead? When your wife shares something that's bothering her, your job isn't to fix how she feels. Your job is to be with her while she feels it. That means acknowledging the feeling as real and valid without trying to change it or solve it or minimize it. Try responses like, that sounds really hard. I can see why you're upset about that. That must be frustrating to deal with. You're not agreeing she should feel that way forever. You're not saying the situation is hopeless. You're just acknowledging that right now, in this moment, she's experiencing something difficult. That acknowledgement, that permission to feel what she's feeling, that's what actually helps. Let me show you what this looks like in a real situation. She comes home upset because her boss criticized her work in front of everyone. She tells you about it and you can see she's really hurt. Old response, trying to fix feelings. Don't take it personally. He's probably just having a bad day. I'm sure your work was fine. You're trying to make her feel better by convincing her the hurt isn't justified. But what she experiences is you dismissing how she feels. New response, being with feelings. That sounds awful. Being criticized in front of your colleagues would really sting. No wonder you're upset. You're not solving anything. You're not making the hurt go away. You're just acknowledging it's there, and it's real. And that acknowledgement gives her space to process it instead of having to defend why she feels hurt. Here's another example. She's stressed about everything on her plate. Work, kids, house, all of it piling up. Old response. You need to learn to say no to things. You take on too much. You're trying to fix the stress by telling her how to have less of it. But right now, she doesn't need advice on time management. She needs someone to recognize she's overwhelmed. New response. You're juggling so much right now. That's exhausting. Simple acknowledgement. No fixing. No advice on how to feel less stressed. Just recognition that carrying all of this is heavy. That's being with her feelings instead of trying to fix them. Now here's what most men get wrong when they try to stop fixing feelings. They think being with feelings means they can't ever offer help or solutions. That's not true. Sometimes your wife does want your input. Sometimes she's asking for advice. The difference is, she'll tell you when she wants that. She'll ask, "What do you think I should do?" Or, "Do you have any ideas?" But if she's not asking for solutions, assume she needs acknowledgement, not advice. And if you're not sure, just ask. Do you want me to help you think through this, or do you just need to vent? That question puts her in control of what kind of support she needs, instead of you guessing wrong. Here's why fixing feelings is such a big mistake. It creates a pattern where she can't be emotionally honest with you. If every time she shares how she feels, you immediately try to change how she feels, she learns to keep her emotions to herself. Because sharing them just leads to being told she shouldn't feel that way. Over time, that creates massive distance. She's dealing with everything emotionally on her own because she's learned you're not safe to be vulnerable with. And you're confused because you think you've been supportive. You've been trying to help. But help that dismisses feelings isn't actually helpful. So how do you stop making this mistake? First, notice when you're doing it. Pay attention to your impulse when she shares something emotional. Is your first thought, "How do I fix this?" Or, "How do I make her feel better?" That's the fixing impulse. Catch it before you act on it. Second, remind yourself, feelings aren't problems. They're experiences. Your wife having a feeling doesn't mean something's wrong that you need to correct. It means she's having a human experience and she trusts you enough to share it. Third, practice just acknowledging without solving. When she tells you something that's bothering her, try saying, "That sounds really hard," and then stopping. Don't add advice. Don't add perspective. Just acknowledge and be quiet. That's going to feel weird at first. You're going to want to add something. Resist that urge. Just let the acknowledgement sit. Fourth, get comfortable with her having difficult feelings. This is the hardest part. You love her. Seeing her upset makes you uncomfortable. But she doesn't need you to eliminate every difficult emotion. She needs you to be steady while she works through them. When you can sit with her discomfort without needing to make it disappear, that's when you've stopped trying to fix her feelings. Here's what changes when you stop making this mistake. She starts sharing more because she knows you'll actually hear her instead of trying to talk her out of how she feels. The emotional intimacy comes back because she can be honest about what she's experiencing. Your relationship feels like partnership instead of one person managing emotions alone while the other person tries to logic them away. And you stop having those frustrating conversations where you were trying to help and somehow made everything worse, all because you shifted from fixing her feelings to being with her feelings. So next time your wife shares something emotional, take a breath. Notice that urge to fix it, and instead of offering solutions or perspective, just acknowledge what she's experiencing. Say, "That sounds really hard," or "I can see why that's bothering you." And then be quiet. Be present. Don't rush to make the feeling go away. That simple shift, from fixing to witnessing, that's what stops the biggest mistake husbands make. And that's what transforms your marriage from one where she can't be emotionally honest to one where she trusts you with her whole self. Comment below. Do you catch yourself trying to fix your wife's feelings? What makes it hard to just be with them instead? If you want more help with this kind of communication, grab the ebook. Links in the first comment or my bio.